Featherweight bout here, Danny Silva coming in at -150 against Angel Pacheco, sitting at +120. Silva 7-1, 4-1 in his last 5. Pacheco, same deal there. 31 years of age for him, 26 years of age for Danny Silva. You see the height advantage for Silva there. Look at Danny Silva. The only loss comes to Kanan Kawahi, who has fought on the Contender Series twice and lost both times. So, I mean, he's not like a terrible fighter by any means. You actually watch that fight. He looks pretty good. But either way, that's his only loss. It was a decision, majority decision. For Danny Silva, he's got a bunch of wins by KO, 5 to be exact. And then you look at Angel Pacheco, and never won a decision. He's only lost is by decision. Other than that, he's a pure finisher. And seems like he can do it all around. I mean, he's got some submission wins, got some knockout wins. Looks like he's from Minnesota. Watching the film on him, I wasn't that impressed. At least for Danny Silva, he trains with the likes of Cub Swanson and Dan Argueta, who we just saw this last weekend at a good gym there in California. So there's that. This one, I like Danny Silva's side. I'm just not really impressed watching the Pacheco film. I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Angel Pacheco is probably the more well-rounded mixed martial artist, but I don't think it's going to matter in this fight. I think Danny Silva on the feet, super aggressive. He's got like what I like to think of as that Dana White's Contender Series style. Like he's going to throw bombs. He's going to look for that highlight reel knockout. And, he's extremely tough as well. And hits really, really hard. He can kind of overwhelm guys on the feet. The thing I do like about his side, too, is it seems like his experience is going to be a little bit better. He's been fighting in LFA his last 3 or 4 fights. He's been in some back-and-forth fights where he showed enough composure and ability to bounce back after being beat on a little bit. And then he came back to find wins as well. For Pacheco, decent wrestler. I mean, he's got 3 wins by sub, 4 by KO. It obviously tells you he can win fights in any way possible and that he is a finisher. But I just don't know if he can get Danny Silva to the ground here. I mean, like you said, Danny Silva's training with Cub Swanson. He's training with Dan Argueta. Like, he's going to have wrestling in his back pocket and probably defensively if he's training with those dudes, especially Dan. So if he can keep it on the feet here, I think he's going to be the more aggressive guy. I think he's going to be the harder hitter. And I just think he'll probably have more volume. We'll have to see what his gas tank's like on a stage like Dana White's Contender Series and if he can keep that pace. But if he can, I do think he stuffs the takedowns. I do think he probably gets the better of Pacheco on the feet and walks away with his hand raised here. But again, if Angel Pacheco does get it to the ground, he's shown the ability to finish dudes down there too. So, yeah, you never know on Dana White's Contender Series, but from what I'm seeing, I think Danny Silva is probably going to be the guy more ready for this leap up into the UFC caliber, UFC level competition.
Yeah, I think Danny Silva, boxing base, the length, probably going to give him the advantage on the feet. It's just a matter of fact of keeping it there and landing the punches. I think he probably wins. I'm going to go with Danny Silva for the pick. I think that line has swelled more to like -200 by now. So, yeah, just keep an eye on that.